Welcome back to Math 107 College Algebra. In this video, we're going to take a look at addition, subtraction, and multiplication of complex numbers. So it actually works out that's going to be the same thing that we do in polynomials. So I'm going to skip over addition and go straight to subtraction. So if I give you 4 plus 5i minus 6 minus 3i. First thing I'm going to do is distribute that minus sign. So we get 4 plus 5i plus negative 6 plus 3i. And now it's simply a case of we're going to combine like terms. So we have 4 minus 6, that gives me negative 2. 5i plus 3i is equal to 8i. Now before I go into multiplication of a complex number, I want to get into something that we want to use caution on. The square root of negative 2 times the square root of negative 5. Now the immediate temptation here, by many, is to go ahead and multiply those numbers together and then take the square root. The problem is that's not the way we're allowed to operate. And will give us an answer that'll work, but not the way that we do it conventionally in mathematics. By definition, we only allow square root of a, b to equal the square root of a times the square root of b. And the way I'm going to do this is actually going to be true for any root if the root of a, and I'll even go ahead and put the n's in there, if the nth root of a and the nth root of b are real. In this case, the square root of negative 2 and the square root of negative 5 are not real numbers. So the first thing we need to do is take an I out. So we get I times the square root of 2 times I times the square root of 5. And now, a nice thing with complex numbers is we still have the commutativity that we have with regular multiplication. So we get I squared times the square root of 2 times the square root of 5. Square root of 2 times the square root of 5 is the square root of 10. And another nice thing we have with complex numbers is that we still have the nice result that if you square a square root, you're going to get what's underneath back. I is the square root of negative 1, so squaring that gives me negative 1. I will not bother putting the 1 there, it's just going to be negative 10. So, that's a key result. So now we're actually going to take a look at multiplying complex numbers. So I give you 3 plus 7i times 3 minus 7i. So, as you're probably expecting, we're going to multiply these just like they're polynomials. So we'll take the first terms and multiply them together. 3 times 3 is 9. My outside terms are a 3 and a negative 7i. So that's a minus 21i. Inside I get a positive 7i and a positive 3i, so that's plus 21i. And then my last terms are a 7i and a negative 7i, so that's going to give me a negative 49i squared. Well, I squared is negative 1, so I can immediately replace that with a plus 49. I can also immediately cancel the minus 21i and the plus 21i. So I end up with 9 plus 49, or 58. Now the fact that I multiplied those two numbers together and got a real result is something that is going to be important later in this section. As a matter of fact, we'll see it in the next video. The fact that these two numbers only differ by the sign on the imaginary term is an important property that we will need when we do division of complex numbers in the next video.